so today I have swatches of the Cat's Diner collection from Lights Lacquer. So this is their spring 2023 collection. Let me get this open without dropping it. So there are 6 polishes and the water slide decals that came out in this collection. I will link the Lights Lacquer website down below. I also have a coupon/affiliate code with Lights Lacquer, which will be up here and in the description box. 6 polishes here all together, and I'll get into the swatches.
So these are the nail art tattoos that came out with the collection. These are water slide decals, which is not something that I've tried before, but essentially you cut your design out and put it in water. A little film separates from the paper backing and then it goes on your nail, kind of like a temporary tattoo would. So the first polish is called Banana Split, and this is just described as a light banana yellow. Simple, and I like it. So this is a little bit streaky on that first coat. It's a pastel yellow. That's not unheard of. It does look a little bit better on camera here than it did in person though. So I did 2 coats here. It was a little bit of a sketchy 2 coats though, so you might end up needing 3 just depending on your preference if you're a pickier person. I always feel like when I do 3 coats, I look up other people's reviews of the collection and everyone else has done 2, so maybe you'd be okay with 2. So that is 2 coats of Banana Split. The next polish is called 52 Chevy, and this is described as pastel key lime pie green. This one was also a little streaky on the first coat. I really had to float my brush, and I kind of learned that throughout my swatches of this collection, and as I got a feel for the polishes, they went on progressively better. But this is one of those shades that you really have to not put a lot of pressure on the brush, because the tiniest bit of pressure will dig into the polish and create much more dramatic streaks than you would get if you just kind of rested it and lightly drug it down the nail. This went on pretty nicely for me with 2 floating coats, but again, you might want 3. So that is 2 coats of 52 Chevy. The next polish is called Frenchy, and this is described as a soft peony pink. So this was still a little bit streaky on the first coat, but by the time I got to this point in the swatches, I was starting to get a feel for the formulas in the collection, and they were going on a lot better. That kind of sounds like a diss to the formulas, and while they're not like the greatest pastels ever, it's really not a diss. It's no different than if you were to start painting your nails, and by 3 nails in, things were going on a little bit better because you just got a feel for the formula. That makes sense. So I was good with 2 coats here, but I will say that this does look better on camera than it did in person, so you might end up needing 3. So that is 2 coats of Frenchy. The next polish is called Easy as Pie, and this is described as a pastel blueberry. Again, still a tiny bit streaky, but we're floating our brush. Things are going on better. I did do 2 coats for this one, and I will say that this one seemed like a solid 2-coater. This one overall just seemed a little bit less streaky and a little bit easier to work with. At the same time, I was 4 polishes in, so that might be a factor, but I do think the formula on this one was slightly more opaque than the other ones. So that is 2 coats of Easy as Pie. The next polish is called Order Up, and this is described as a pastel papaya orange. Also a little bit sheer and a little bit streaky. Not the worst, not the best. We're kind of just middle of the road here. This did cover pretty well for me in 2 coats with a nice floated second coat. This was another one though that I did 2, but I could easily see you needing 3. It's just going to depend on the application and the preferences of the person that's painting their nails. So that is 2 coats of Order Up. And the last polish is called Jukebox Baby, and this is described as a pastel periwinkle purple. Formula-wise, this was really similar to Easy as Pie. It was a little bit less streaky, covered a little bit better, and built up more solidly in 2 coats. Like I was confident that this was a 2-coater. I do wish that the other colors in the collection could have performed like these ones. This would have been a really, really good collection for me if everything had performed like those 2 polishes did. But instead, it's okay. It's not the best, it's not bad either. So that is 2 coats of Jukebox Baby.
Color-wise on these, I have 2 favorites. I will say, overall, so blue and the purple both covered pretty well for me, but I kind of struggled a little bit with the rest of the formulas. They aren't the worst, but I had gone back to back to back with collections like the Essie Spring collection and the China Glaze Spring collection, and the formulas on those were actually very different, but still preferable to the formulas on this one. I think these were just a little bit sheer for me. And I did 2 coats for the swatches, but I think most of them probably could have benefited from a 3rd coat. I do not think that they are the worst formulas ever. Like, I feel like every time I say something like that, somebody always takes it to like the extreme. Like, I'm just pooping all over the polishes. I don't think they're the worst formulas ever, especially for pastels. There's been a lot of pastels this spring, and I don't think these are the best ones that have come out. Color-wise, however, Frenchie is a beautiful baby pink. I really like this one, and I also really like 52 Chevy because I'm always game for like a pistachio kind of cream color. So that is the Cat's Diner collection from Lights Lacquer. Again, I will link the Lights Lacquer website down below where you guys can check these out. I also have a coupon/affiliate code with Lights Lacquer, which will be over here and in the description box. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.